Well, hello internets, here we go. You ever gone on a hunt for something? Something you know that's there, but you can't seem to find? Something you know you have it, but you have no idea where it is currently? Well, I've been through one the other day. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, whenever it was in 2020 or so, I had an idea to make a custom workbench for my paintings and stuff, to do my painting and that on. Cause, well, I was using the top of the deep freeze, and the top of the deep freeze was okay, but it was only like 20 by 24 or so, so it was a little small for some of the things that I wanted to do. And as for the pouring paintings that I do, I was doing them on a 30 by 30 card table, which actually works out really well, because then you can fold up that card table and put it away, and it's out of sight, out of mind. However, me, wanting better, wanting bigger, wanting a project to do to keep myself from getting bored, decided to build a workbench. Well, when I build a project, I don't just go get a package of nails and some lumber and then start building. My brain works interesting. It works kind of strange, I think. I physically build the project in my mind. I physically measure things out in my mind. It's planned out, it's built, it's sitting in my mind, and it's just a matter of bringing it from my brain to reality, and then, going from there. So I wanted a 24 or 30 inch or so static workbench top. Probably closer to 30 inch, and that way it gives me plenty of room to do what I want to do, with a 1 foot fold up wing on the front end, or front side. Now, I went thinking about the old school dining room type tables like Grandma and Grandpa had, where you pull out a section and drop a leaf in the table. Then I thought about drop leaf kind of tables and the hinged designs they had. Searching around locally for the drop hinges that I thought that I needed, and of course they don't have anything like that locally. I don't know, they're not a big seller, so they'll have drawer slides, they'll have drawer pulls, they'll have nails upon nails and stuff like that, adhesive strips and everything, but they don't, some of the uncommon, very hard to find items they won't carry, because they don't sell as quickly as whatever, right? So I went searching on the old internets, and I found what I was looking for. I placed an order, and it showed up, and it was exactly what I hoped it would be. Right size, right quality was okay-ish, considering what it's going to be used for. If I was worried about the finish, I could have painted it, sanded it down, and repainted it a better hammered finish or so, but whatever, right? Well, things got a little bit chaotic at the other apartment. Things weren't quite going the way I hoped they to do, so I tucked them away. And when I moved, I found them. So I moved them from the box they were in to another box. Well, when I unpacked at this apartment, I found them again. And I thought, okay, well, this fall, I will build my workbench. So I put them on my stand that I have all my painting supplies and everything in, because, well, in my mind, right, they're for the art table or painting table. You want to make sure they're close to the painting table. Well, through that fall, we had the apartment fire, which then kind of threw everything out of whack. And that fall, the fall of 2020 was a little bit of an interesting fall, and nothing really happened that winter. I was going to build it that winter, but things were a little bit tight, being I was still being bled by the bloodsuckers, so anything extra that I had was going to them, because, well, their multi-million-dollar company needs my $200-300 a month a lot better than I do, I suppose. I understand, okay, whatever, I owed them the money and that, but, couldn't they have been a little more lenient on on things there, and maybe only made it $50 a month? But hey, they're done with, hopefully. They're gone, hopefully. And we can move on now, right? Well, in the summer of 2021, I was more focused on camping and getting out of the four walls that I had been trapped in for a year than I was at building anything for the summer. And I did have a little bit of a rougher summer health-wise and that, so there wasn't much going on for building, much less camping or anything like that. So this fall, when I went to restock, reorganize, redo my supply shelf, I come across those folding brackets again, and I thought, well, maybe I'll build it this fall. So I was planning on things to go there. Then this fall I ended up getting sick, and it didn't get built this fall. And I lost about two and a half months there with all that stuff that was going on. It could have been a lot worse too. Then come early this winter, I started tearing apart my shelf, cleaning, dusting things off, taking paint inventory, and I thought, well, I come across these brackets once again for the fourth time, and I thought, well, I haven't built my workbench yet. I want to build it here, if not this winter, then this spring. So I will put these brackets somewhere where they're not in my way on the shelf, like they were the last couple of seasons. I'll put them somewhere. Well, one thing led to another, and time passes a bit. And right around the last month or so of the year, I got the itch to start building, and I bought some supplies, and I wanted to rebuild my workbench. And I thought, well, we got a nice day coming up. I'm going to utilize that nice day to build my bench. So I get everything primed, everything good to go, and then I go to reach for my shelf brackets. Well, they're not there. Where are my shelf brackets? They're not here on the shelf where they've been for the last, 3 seasons? Where do they go? Where are they? And my first thought, well, they're only $40 or whatever for a pair. I'll just go online and order another set, because whatever, I'll use them somewhere else. And the cheapskate in me says, no, they're here somewhere. Go find them. So I literally tore my apartment apart, looked in literally every box, every drawer, every spot, looked underneath, looked on top, looked in, went in the dark recess of my closet where no one's been for 2 years, tore apart my tool room, went through boxes, went through drawers, went through cubbies, my shelf, my office, even looked in my dresser, thinking that they're in the junk drawer that I have in my dresser, and they weren't. And right around the time I was ready to throw in the towel and say, I'll just order a set online and be done with it, I thought, well, let me give it one more check in this one last box that there's no way they can be in, because It's full of timers and little tubing from one of the plastic shelves that I tore apart that I have in my storage room. Well, I open up that box, lo and behold, here they are. This is the collapsible shelf bracket. This here is what you'd have when it's unfolded and you have the tabletop up. You squeeze this little lever and it drops, and the leaf drops. I forget what there was, a 200-pound or so rating on these brackets, so it'll be more than plenty for my canvas, my paintings. And even when or if I decide to do a larger project like a headboard or painting my bed up, my bed that I built in 2019 up, it'll still hold that weight too, because there's no way that'll weigh like 200 pounds, because it's all going to be apart when I paint it, so it should be all good. So I'm glad I found them. However, by the time I found these brackets, that nice warm day that I had passed, and by the looks of the forecast, we're in for some cold weather coming. We're in for some winter, so we're going to have to wait for another month or two before the next, well, possibly spring, before the next opportunity comes where I can make the cuts I need and get that project going. It was literally in the last place I looked, literally in the last box I looked. It pretty much drove me crazy. I knew they were there. I almost ordered another set because I know I can use them in the future. But for now, it is what it is. Sometimes it pays not to give up, but at the same time, I wasted time that I probably could have used to have at least made the cuts for the workbench, and then waited for the brackets to either have shown up or have been ordered in. Sometimes it's the way it goes. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.